Not long ago, I did a list of my top 5 favorite movie characters. So today I'm going to do a top 5 least favorite movie characters. Now, I'm going to spoil a tiny bit of These are all women because I find that there are a lot of women in things that are just annoying. So please do not call me sexist. I'm not being like that. I can try and do a list of top 5, another top 5 men, or like another top 5 movie characters that I hate. It would just be a lot harder, but let's just get into this. And if you don't like my list, let me know, and let me know your top 5 worst characters in movies that you know. My list is probably not going to be the right one, but I just have to say these are characters that I either don't like, don't find likable, or are just so annoying. Now, with all that said, let's get started. At number 5, Captain Marvel. I am not a very big fan of her character at all. Cannot, I don't find her likable. Just the fact is, she doesn't have any memory, so she doesn't know much about herself. We don't know much about her. She's unlikable, and it just makes for really, really annoying stuff that she does. And the fact is, Brie Larson has been rumored to be a nightmare to work with when it came to the Marvels movie, so it doesn't help for that. And hopefully, her character will be like better written in the Marvels. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm hoping so because otherwise, I am in for another really bad time. And it's just she is just so annoying. I cannot stand her half of the time. I think that she's way better written in Endgame, which is odd because she seemed to know how to be Captain Marvel better in Endgame than she did in Captain Marvel, which is odd because she filmed her scenes in Endgame before she did in Captain Marvel because Endgame and Infinity War were shot back to back. So that is odd, but I just really don't like her, and there are a lot of just characters like this that are just really plain bad, and like I said, all the people on this list are women, so I just don't like her at all. And if you think that she's a good character, provide your defense for her in the comments, but I just don't like her. At number 4, Captain Carter. If you're a long-time fan of my channel and have been around long enough, then you may know that Captain America is one of my favorite movie characters. He is my favorite Avenger. He is my favorite superhero. So obviously, I really like him and protective over who decides to don the mantle, which is why I was furious when John Walker did what he did. So then when we get Captain Carter, who is even worse, I cannot stand her in her What If episode. I think that she is way better written in the Doctor Strange one because part of the stuff I don't like is how she's using people's words against them, saying like, "General, you are lucky to be in the room." It would have been funny if Steve said it, but when she says it, it just feels so weird, and I just don't like it. Plus, uh, it was showing what the MCU was doing. It was going woke. They're trying to replace all the men characters with women characters. They do that here. They also do that in She-Hulk by giving She-Hulk, who is also another character I can't stand. Also, so there's her. There's also Ms. Marvel, who's now a women character. Hawkeye was replaced by Kate Bishop, although I really enjoy Kate Bishop. She's one of my favorite. She's like my favorite character in all of Phase 4. Not including Spider-Man, that, but of new characters. But I just don't like her, and it's just if she is in What If Season 2, I may rage quit. I do not want to see any more of her. I had to see her in one episode, then I had to see her, and I think she was in 2 other episodes. So that was really hard to get through. I was really happy in Doctor Strange too when Wanda takes care of her. You guys can't see me, but I just did air quotes. So, and if you've seen the movie, you know exactly what I mean by takes care of her. That was really satisfying for me because I always hated her character. Like as soon as I finished watching the What If Season 1 episode, I was like, I I do not like this character at all. Like, and the fact is, Steve should always be the one that has the serum in. Like, I just don't like her as it. Like, maybe someone else, or maybe if her writing was better written, but it's mostly just the fact that her writing in the show is terrible. but I just don't like her. And if you think she's good, that's cool. But for me, I can't. At number three is Moaning Myrtle from the Harry Potter movies. Now, this is an interesting one because, unlike all the other people on this list, I know exactly what I do with her and how to get rid of her and how to just take care of all of this. We call the Ghostbusters. That would be hilarious getting to see Moaning Myrtle being sucked in by the Ghostbusters, but unfortunately, that wouldn't happen. Be it, I cannot stand this character as well. Just the higher we get in, I'm just gonna keep on saying how I cannot stand these characters. This one especially because okay, I'm gonna sympathize with her for 1 second. I get that she died. I do. If I died, I mean, I was probably wouldn't be the biggest fan if I died like that, but still, you don't need to linger on it so much. She is even worse in the books. She is crying all the time in the books. Like she cries more in she cries more in the second book, which is the shortest of her crying things, I think, than she does than all the movies she's in combined. She is intolerable. I don't like her. And the way that she can go from what is it? Oh yeah, from crying to absolutely hitting on a living boy. She's like hitting on Harry, saying things like,
"Oh, Harry, if you die down there, you're welcome to share my toilet."
yeah, I was not a fan of her character. Her writing in it was pretty bad too. I mean, I'm not trying to knock against J.K. Rowling. I absolutely love the Harry Potter books, especially 4. 4 is the best, but I just do not like her. And the sad thing is we can't use Avada Kedavra on her because she's a ghost. The only thing that you could do to get rid of her is either, like I said, call the Ghostbusters, or you could use the Basilisk to petrify her, because then you have her out of the way for good. But she is one of the worst characters I've ever seen. Our runner-up is Mary Jane Watson from the Sam Raimi Spider-Man trilogy. Yep, you knew the second that you saw that this video came out. You knew it. That I was going to have her on this list. I cannot stand her. She makes me even more angry every time I think about her, which is why I try not to think about her too much, because I just loathe her. There's no excuse for how awful she is. Of all the characters like on this list and that I've ever seen on a TV, she has the worst writing ever. She was okay in Spider-Man. She was tolerable. The second one, I just did not like her at all. I didn't. The third one is she is too. I cannot stand her at all. They turn her up to 11. She is being greedy. She is being self-centered, self-absorbed, thinking about herself, only herself, putting her before Peter, not thinking about Peter's feelings at all. Does she ever think about someone other than her? Oh man, and there's a literal scene in, I think it's the second or the third, where she literally says, "This is not about you, this is about me." I mean, who says that? I mean, that has got to be one of the worst lines I've ever heard someone say. And the fact that she tried to justify it by saying that, I mean, what is their excuse for making her like this? I mean, some people, I know there are some people that like her. No, she is not. She is the worst Spider-Man love interest of all time. Now I'm talking about, I can literally take a look at any Spider-Man love interest, and say that they're better than her. I don't like her. I cannot stand her, but the reason she's not number one is because the number one person I've hated ever since I laid eyes on her. Meanwhile, I didn't really grow to hate until part 2. So coming into first place in the worst character ever for me, If you don't like anger, you may want to turn this off. I'm about to get very angry at this person. Willie Scott, the worst character ever. I just can't stand her. There's not a single line I think that I could think of that she makes in this movie, and besides like her like hitting on Indy, that is not her complaining. She is always complaining in this movie. She's more immature than the child that Indy is watching over, and that is a very bad sign for your character. And the only redempting arc that she has is that she punches a guy. And even that was done in self-defense. It wasn't done to protect. It was just to help herself. She is, like, awful, and just, like, the first 2 scenes that we see her in, she would have just been, but an character, but then you go even longer and longer, and you get to complaining after complaining after complaining after complaining, and it just gets to the point where you just want to... Yep, I do not like her in the slightest, and I am sugarcoating it there. I don't like her at all. She is nasty, she is terrible, and I do not see what Indy saw in her. He was right to move on to, I think it was Marion? Yeah, Marion. And to think he was with her 3 different times. But anyway, I am so happy that she stayed away from Indy after that. Good thing, because she was awful. And thank you all so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you're not already. I'm trying to reach my goal of 100 subscribers as soon as possible. Let's try and see if we can get that done. Thank you all so much for watching this. If you have an idea for a video, then let me know about it in the comments below. I already have my next verses coming next. And thank you all so much for watching this. Have a good one. By the way, I should be posting my new Mission Impossible 3 review soon. Thank you all so much for watching. And click on the Mission Impossible 3 when it comes out. Thank you.